This podcast may contain paid advertisements, but more on that later. Welcome to the O'Connor Bootstrap Podcast, your go-to resource for unraveling the intricacies of business and leadership, honing in on the essence of bootstrapping a business from scratch. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur, a dedicated bootstrapper, or a leader navigating life's various challenges, this podcast is crafted just for you. I'm Isaiah O'Connor, your friendly neighborhood entrepreneur, and my mission is to guide you towards personal and professional growth. Let's embark on this journey together. Now, with new episodes dropping weekly, I want to welcome you to the Remastered series, your chance to catch up on the journey so far. Here's one from the archives I think you'll enjoy. Today I will be talking about marketing and how you really need to stop marketing your product or your service. I'm serious. You really need to stop marketing your product or your service. And I'm sure you're thinking, wait, what? Did a business guy just tell me to stop marketing what I sell? And the answer to that is no. I'm not saying that you don't need to market your product or service, but kind of going back to the story, the post about telling a story, you need to think about more about why people buy what you are selling. Now, I read an article from the National Association of Salespeople written by Jim Klein, and out of that, there was one quote, which I found very interesting, which is this. People buy products or services based on emotional needs or wants and then justify their purchase logically. And that was written by Mr. Jim Klein at the National Association of Salespeople. Now, I'll have a link to the full article so you can dig into that further. Now, yeah, there are some exceptions to that. For example, recently, got a little fender bender. My kid was screaming when I was backing up the car, and I turned around to see what was going on. And I didn't see the metal pole in my blind spot that was sticking out, and I hit my rear tail light, backup light in it, and cracked the sucker wide open. Now, when I went to go replace it, I really didn't need an emotional reason to buy it. I needed to replace my tail light post haste. So I went and found the cheapest way to do it and got my tail light replaced. Ta-da. No emotion involved. And if you sell something like car parts and stuff, then you don't need to sell car parts and stuff. You need to sell the emotion behind, well, you need car parts, why come here? Well, I'm selling them cheaper. I provide a higher quality of service. You get a free coffee while you wait. Something else other than, hey, you need a tail light. Come get me. Come get it from me. So again, you don't need to sell your product or service. You need to sell something emotionally related to it. When it comes to me, this is one of those much easier to say than to do. Very much easier. Now, I'm a balloon decorator. I'm a balloon guy. I see a lot of balloon people in my little balloon world. And there is a balloon world, which is kind of funny, but yeah, there is. And I need to remember, I don't sell balloons or decor. I sell the feelings of happiness and joy and the mood they set for the client. For example, if I'm doing wedding balloons, they're not buying the balloons for the wedding because they like balloons. Balloon people might think the balloon designs are really cool and like focus in on the balloons, but non-balloon people, they really might think they're cool and nice, but when it's a person purchasing them for the wedding, they're trying to make a perfect day. Everything has to be perfect, and the balloons just add to the overall feel of the perfect wedding on the perfect day. And if you do your balloons right, it just adds to that feeling of warmth and happiness and celebration of the perfect day. So when I sell my balloons for weddings, I need to focus on the emotion of this will help your perfect day. This will bring up romance. This will bring up these other feelings. That's the focus that I need to focus on. And I don't always do that, I have to admit. Julie said, hey, I got balloons. I can do balloons. I can make all sorts of balloons. Isn't that cool? Look at my balloons. But most people don't buy balloons just because they're balloons. It's something else. And it's easy to fall into that trap. Very easy, because when you're passionate, as I've written about, passionate about your product or service, you get excited about it. But not everyone's passionate about balloons. It's just the thing. Now, yeah, there is a time to go into the details of your product and then sell them your actual product. That's the sales part. Now, when on the marketing part, you just got to get them emotionally involved, and then when they come in, then you can sell them on the details and why your products are better, why they'll solve the person's needs, what sets you apart from your competition, that sort of thing. But that is after you have them in your door and you're talking to them face to face. And at that point, they've already had some sort of emotional investment in your product just to come in the door. And at that point, you're just figuring out which products or services will fit them best. Now, let's take for an example Mazda's catchphrase. Zoom zoom. Catchphrase is a sound. The phrase speaks nothing about the cars. It doesn't say how fast they are. It doesn't say how safe they are. It doesn't say how cheap or expensive they are. Nothing. It just says zoom zoom, or more appropriately with Mazda, zoom zoom. And if you just hear that phrase, you don't have a clue about cars and you're a little confused. But when you realize what the message is, it is a very, very, very powerful marketing message. It's about the emotion of driving their cars. For me, when I hear it and I see the commercials, the feelings it evokes in me is freedom, and the freedom and fun and excitement of having a license, like a teenager just getting their driver's license and now they can go. That's the emotions they're stirring up to get you into the door. Now, again, it's not always successful. You can stir up great emotions and the customer just won't buy. But it's still good that you're focusing on getting them excited and feeling good about your product or service. Because the message of Mazda is if you buy our cars, you'll get that freedom and you'll have that fun and you'll get that feeling of being a teenager getting your license for the first time again. Come in. Now, if this message really resonates with you, that increases your likelihood of going into a dealership. And at that point, then you'll meet with the salesperson who will then go into the details of why you should buy their car versus a Toyota versus a Lexus, same company, Jeep, whatever. And then you'll logically justify your reasons to buy them. And again, one more thing, if you look at perfume commercials, you'll almost never, ever, ever see a perfume commercial for a high-end perfume that tells you what it smells like. You just don't. You see passion, love, romance, a lady meeting her lover, intense romantic music, romantic lighting. It's about the romance and the passion. And then they show a perfume called Passion. And then the commercial ends. What does it smell like? Don't know. Don't care. But if I get it, I'll get the passion. So, again, it's an emotional deal to get you in the door to look at it. And then when you smell it, you like it. You hear how long the smell lasts, how much you need, all that good stuff. All the details comes later. But you have to emotionally make contact with your client, with your customer, to get them in the door. And then you can start the sales process. In summary, when I say you need to stop marketing your business, your product or service, I mean you got to stop marketing the thing, the item, and you got to start marketing the emotion. You got to find what resonates with your customers, and when you do, you'll bring them in. You'll bring them into the sales portion of your business. Until next time, I've been your friendly neighborhood entrepreneur, Isaiah O'Connor. If today's episode added value to your day, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment and consider giving us a stellar 5-star rating on your favorite podcast platform. Whether it's Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, or more. And remember, if you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast, I will personally read it out in the next episode. To support the show, you can make a one-time gift by buying us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/bootstrap, donate through PayPal at paypal.me/IOCPOD, or make a contribution on our Patreon page at patreon.com/IOCPOD. Your support keeps the episodes coming. For even more content and exclusive perks, join our Patreon community at patreon.com/IOCPod. Patrons enjoy ad-free episodes, access to our private Discord server, early content previews, and a lot more. And here's an exciting offer. Get your free trial of our $5 a month Bootstrapper Community Explorer tier. This exclusive tier grants you ad-free content, Discord server access, and early content previews. Join us and be part of the inner circle. If you're feeling more generous, those who join tiers $25 a month and up will have a chance to be a featured guest on this podcast. A massive thank you to Wintergatan for generously providing the incredible intro and outro music at no cost. We appreciate their support. Be sure to check out Wintergatan's amazing work on YouTube at youtube.com/@Wintergatan. Until next time, I'm your friendly neighborhood entrepreneur, Isaiah O'Connor, signing off. This is the O'Connor Bootstrap Podcast, brought to you by Athos Business Solutions. For our companion podcast, the Athos Business Podcast, hosted by Jason St. Clair, along with past episodes and related blogs, visit our website at athos.com. That's ATHEOZ.com or theoz.com. Goodbye for now.